Good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Lisa coming to you from Tampa, Florida, as I lead a busy integrative practice as an internal medicine doc, specializing in functional medicine, anti-aging and regenerative medicine, and obesity management. And I have been coming to you guys live during this pandemic, and I will continue to do that. I think right now what is so interesting is that as we get back into our regular routines, and I know we're far from that, especially in some other states that still have more stringent lockdowns than where I am. A lot of questions are popping up, concerns. People don't know where to look, who to trust. There seems to be a divide that is getting bigger, where you have the people that are still living very fear-based about COVID-19. And again, understandably, this is a serious virus and people have died. So I want you to know that I get that. But as we shift the narrative to understanding that it's more like the flu than we thought, that the contagiousness of this virus is not what we had expected, how it doesn't live on surface areas for longer than a few hours, it's not staying there for days, how we just need to practice our typical immune boosting behaviors, which include some of the basic supplements we've gone over in these videos: vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, washing your hands, which I think all of us will continue to do that moving forward a lot more than we ever have. And then if you're ill, stay home. If you're ill, if you have a fever, if you don't feel good, put the mask on, or when you're out in public, that is the person who should be wearing the mask, and stay home when you can. Those people, that is your responsibility as a citizen, not wearing a mask when you're asymptomatic and feeling great. Because when you do that, I think more and more studies are going to come out on how low oxygen. So we know that when you wear the mask, you are rebreathing carbon dioxide, which is causing hypoxia or low oxygen in your bloodstream. And that actually will have the opposite effect, which is decrease your immune system. Plus a lot of other things. I think we're going to see moving forward here as docs a whole different array of problems coming in, because we've never seen people who are having this level of hypoxia walking around. So think about it. If you are under stress, so we all have been under stress, whether it's financially or worried about relatives, protecting our parents, kids at home. When you're under stress, you can tip into something called fight or flight. And fight or flight is where cortisol is going really high and you are in this kind of fight for your life, like when the beast would chase us. So guess what happens when you're in fight or flight from an oxygen perspective? Do you think you need less oxygen or more? And the answer obviously is more. You're going to run from the beast. You're going to be breathing to get in more oxygen. And if you can't get that because you have a barrier, everything is going to be just compounded and new issues are going to be popping up. So I am hopeful that the data and doctors are really bonding together to go against this. I'm hopeful that the more we all speak out, the call for masks everywhere will be lifted, and we'll have to just wait and see. But again, the people that should be wearing them are people that are not feeling well. And there was a big study that came out over the weekend. I'll talk more about that tomorrow, where they looked at asymptomatic people and exposed asymptomatic COVID-19 positive patients, exposed them to a bunch of people, like almost 500, and nobody tested positive. So even the contagious nature, how this virus is passed, so many things are still unknown. What we do know is breathing our own carbon dioxide over and over again is not good for us. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. And I also wanted to talk just a little bit about what I noticed this weekend, which I was blessed enough, and we live here in Florida, one of the most gorgeous beaches is 30 minutes away. And there was absolutely no social distancing going on where I was. There were police officers there. They were trying to make sure it didn't get too crazy. And I think they may have capped the beach at a certain number, but it felt very normal and beautiful. So I was thankful the whole weekend about that. You could now see divides, and I want to really press this point, which is make sure that you honor your friends and your family, because I am struggling with that as well. I've got family members that are still very fear-based. They want to wear a mask, they don't want to be around, they don't want to travel, and I'm not really totally comfortable with the idea of getting on a plane right this minute either, to be honest, with the recycled air and not knowing all of the different steps they're going to be taking in the airports. But when people are not feeling the same way as you, understand and respect them, because that whatever the agenda is that has been going on, they want us all divided, and we're ending this. You can feel it. You can feel the energy. You can feel everybody coming together. So even if they're not on the same page in regards to when you go out wearing it or demanding that the waiter be wearing a mask, just respect it. Respect it, honor it, send them love, and go from there. Because again, when we look at our bodies, I want you to understand that we're a mix of genes, genetic material, and our environment. And that's an entire field called epigenetics, which is another topic for another day as well. But it is an interesting one to bring up, because most of us learned when we grew up that we have certain genetic material and we've got a fate. You know, grandma, all my grandparents are obese, it's just gonna happen. Or everybody died of a heart attack in their 50s, so I'm doomed. And that is a victim mentality, which again is something that will pull down all of your immune system. We now understand scientifically, which is super exciting, that we're actually more a blend of our environment and our thoughts and our consciousness than we are just our genetic material. So that is super important in this pandemic, and as we come back out into society. Remember, your genes are influenced. They can speak in certain ways. They can speak in a suppressed immune system way. They can speak in an empowered immune system way. They can speak in kindness and love, and that will get you the edge that you need. So that's the number one biohacking tool I have for you today, which is pay attention to the environment that your genes are living in. If it's positive, loving, connected, you're gonna be healthy, you're gonna be just fine. Just wash your hands. Don't go out with people that don't feel well, right? Do some common sense things. Let's be supportive, let's bond together, speak out, talk to your legislator, demand that they give more science on why they're requiring masks. Let's continue to support our small businesses and keep us here together. So please, I love that you guys are sharing. I'm willing to keep doing these as long as you are enjoying them and they're helpful for you. So leave me questions, tips, things you would like me to speak about. I would love to have a dialogue going. Share the videos, and my affirmation for the day to end with is that I choose to love my journey, embracing all aspects of me. So remember, as you go on this journey, as you're realizing not that you're judging, but you don't want to judge, and then you come back in and then you go inside and you feel emotions, let them come up, embrace them. Let them go, because that's what's going to help your epigenetic interaction, is when you bathe yourself in self-love and you release the judgment and you just embrace. So again, the affirmation, I choose to love my journey, embracing all aspects of me. So there you go. Have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for joining me. I will see you here tomorrow. Bye for now.